Guy here, and today we're talking about the idea
What?
of PlayStation versus Xbox versus Nintendo.
What is you talking about, bro? You like 40 years old telling me that you got the idea of two plastic boxes fighting each other, man? All I'm going to advise you, Dreamcast guy, is to keep dreaming because apparently you really don't know what's going on here, man. That's crazy, bro. You was out here talking to a grown man while waving two controllers in the air. Like, it's crazy. This man's out here dual wielding two controllers from two separate brands, man. Like, you know what? And since you did that, I gotta one up you with this one. So now we are proudly introducing Rock'em Sock'em Console Wars. Bada 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 boom bang bang. Bada da 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 da. Bada bada booda boom boom bang bang. Uh-oh. What's this? What is this, Dragon Ball Z? New challengers approaching. The Nintendo Switch in its metamorphosis. We can fight PS5 and Xbox Series X at the same time. Uh-oh. Let's show them our new transformation. Oh, what's this? Oh, fusion. Fusion. Ha! What is this? Oh no. They're doing the fusion dance. Oh! Oh! Oh, the power! Oh, it's over 9,000! I don't like what y'all did to the GameCube! Oh no! Oh! How dare he! Oh my god! His transformation is almost complete! Oh! Oh no! Oh, it's too much. He's having a hard time, but hold on. Oh, here he comes. The Super Nintendo Switch. You got this man, Dreamcast guy, playing with his controllers like they G.I. Joes or something, man. Put those down, man, and go play something. What's wrong with you gamers to the point where you guys are using your controllers like video game toy collectibles? Like, come on, man. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong with you people?
To a lesser degree, because
Because we can't add PC because PC's not a console, even though they playing PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X games. Even though I'm a console warrior.
just got the current total sales numbers of the
Uh-oh.
industry.
Yeah, because it's
Essentially,
crushing
we now have the
Nintendo
actual
Switch.
digits as to the big success of PlayStation and the complete failure of Xbox. And it's kind of baffling, to be honest.
You guys do know that just because a console doesn't completely outsell its counterpart, that doesn't necessarily mean that the Xbox is doing bad. If anything, everybody's eating good. Nintendo, Microsoft, well, some bits of Sony, but everyone is eating good here. So I don't understand why you guys feel the need to sit there and poke shots at Microsoft when Sony's not really doing any better. You guys want to talk about console sales, but let's talk about the software that failed on your platform, even though you guys say you buy exclusives. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Foam Stars, Helldivers 2 just lost 90% of its population, which most of it was on PC anyways. Rise of Ronin, Stellar Blade with 1 million, Final Fantasy 16, Destruction All-Stars, all these games were failures on your platform. That's why Sony doubled back and said, you know what? We got to do AA games instead because these AAA games are costing us too much money and we're not making that same money back in return.
I think a lot of us assumed that Sony was doing good, but across the board, console sales, the PS5 is slaughtering, peripherals,
slaughtering. You hear this?
They're killing it.
What do you mean? I guarantee Nintendo probably sold more Joy-Cons than they went out there and picked up PS5s.
Even when it comes to Steam,
what?
The PlayStation games that are being released.
But Steam is not competing with nobody. That's PC. That's an application very similar to what Microsoft's doing with Game Pass. Like, huh? What are you talking about, bro?
On PC are completely topping the charts. And
what do you mean? The best-selling games on PlayStation 5 happen to be Xbox games as of recently.
I want to discuss this because it does feel like things are changing.
And you know what? Have you noticed? He didn't bring up software. The PlayStation VR 2 was a flop and a failure. What are you talking about, bro? If anybody's doing better than anybody, it's Nintendo. Nintendo is keeping things traditional. They still have access to physical media. They're making AA games and making AAA money back and return investments. Nintendo is the one dominating. And matter of fact, I think they got more people playing on their online service than what you guys got on PlayStation, because y'all don't have your own online multiplayer games like you did before. So what is you talking about, bro? If anybody here is eating good, it's Nintendo.
In the industry, and I think it might be different very soon. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you have, is actually ahead.
Oh, wow. You're getting your sources from another PlayStation fanboy, which happens to be MBG. Really? Like, how is this even credible, man? Like, you could have chose any other person on Twitter, but instead you chose another person that's not credible, such as yourself, called MBG.
Of the PlayStation 4. Now, I must admit, I am still skeptical of this. Like, this is just for US data. The weird vacuum where it does seem like the Nintendo Switch is going off a cliff. I've actually...
What? Bruh. Now you about to aggravate everybody, man. Like, it's gotten to the point where you've aggravated Xbox dudes, PC gamers, and now you're going to sit there and take shots at people that play on the Nintendo Switch? Are you serious, bro? Like, bro, Nintendo got Mario Kart 8 that completely outsold every single console that Sony made. What is you talking about, bro?
Actually seen in the total sales numbers. I'm going to pull it up here. In the total sales numbers,
Nintendo got software that completely outsold your console.
Nintendo Switch is completely plummeting in sales.
Wow.
The Nintendo Switch is just...
Bro, you hear this, man? You got a PlayStation fanboy using the PS5, which happens to be Sony's latest console, to a console that has been out for what? How long? About 7-8 years? Really? Is this even a fair comparison? This also goes to show you that PlayStation fanboys are willing to take their victory any way that they can, man. This just goes to show you how petty these people really are.
Down by a big amount. Nintendo Switch has the most significant fall year on year. Their sales are down 30%.
Which means nothing, because they completely outsold the PS5, and on top of that, they got more games to offer to their community. So of course this is going to happen. More people have access to the Nintendo Switch, and there's also a bigger following on it, which means that the sales are going to be lower. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, and that's why I don't understand as to why you people keep bringing up sales, because this doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean the PS5 is doing more successful than the Nintendo Switch. The Switch is still doing better than the PS5, regardless of the sales of the Switch dropped, because the system's already been out for 7 to 8 years. Like, these people are so petty.
I think this is as big of a deal because I feel like, if anything...
Bro, even the numbers is wrong, man. Ain't this Nintendo Switch at like close to 140 million?
Nintendo Switch is just hitting market saturation. Like, the fact that they've already sold 110 million units, there's just not a lot of new people to even go out and buy.
It's so funny that he says 110, bro. Like, this dude can't even see what's in front of him. You say 110, but it shows 111 right there. Like, why can't you just keep things consistent, man? Oh, people forget games. Bro, it's right there. Like, how can you forget something when you're clearly looking at it? Like, okay, he probably don't know that it's 140 million. Okay, fine. Like I said, we all make mistakes. But when you're making a mistake, when you can just look at what you're providing, this is just bad. This is just bad credibility.
A Nintendo Switch, or people that want a Nintendo Switch probably bought it 3 years ago or 5 years.
No, because there's still 6 to 8 billion people in the world. But that also shows you guys that video gaming is still very small, even compared to modern day. Yes, gaming is much bigger than what it is, but you got to think about how many people live in this world, bro. And that's a lot of people that still don't care about video games. Video games will never get to the point of where you people think that video games would get to the point of movies. Nah, not while you're still existing, they won't.
Ago. Also, I still think it's weird that, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo have such different tactics. It does feel like Sony is trying to make big stuff with big third-party games or big
What are you talking about? A lot of those games that they offered were AA titles. What do you mean big titles? Microsoft is the one bringing out big titles. AAA budgets. Gears of War running on Unreal Engine 5. Microsoft is doing it. Microsoft is the only company that actually has the money to be able to push AAA gaming. Sony don't. The Stellar Blade was AA. Rise of Ronin, AA. These are AA games. Helldivers 2, AA. These are not big games. The only game Sony dropped on PS5 that happened to be a big budget game was Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Party stuff and third-party deals, getting people like Square Enix to make exclusive games.
Well, that ain't happening no more, because let's talk about the fact that failed.
Their own stuff, like Helldivers and God of War and stuff like that.
God of War hasn't, bro, what are you talking? God of War hasn't came out since when? What was that, like 2000 and, well, I can't even remember, like 2021 to 22? Like, we still out here using PS4 games, bro? Like, bro, that was such a long time ago, bro. What has Sony have done for the gamers for right now? Nothing.
Nintendo, they have been doing the exact same trick now for years, and it just keeps working. Now, for decades...
Wrong. Nintendo has been doing the same trick, and it keeps working. Are we going to sit there and act like the Virtual Boy never exists? Are we going to sit there and act like the N64 and the GameCube, as well as the Wii U? Are we going to sit there and act like those systems never existed? Because you just sat there and said that Nintendo has been doing well. You know, they've been doing this. They've been getting away with this for a long time, when they haven't. No, they haven't. It got to the point where Nintendo had to destroy, right, their home console market in favor of the portable gaming market, which was still doing well at the time, and that's why the Switch is a hybrid between the two. So essentially, Nintendo, out of the big three, was one of the first companies that left the home console market in favor of portables. So for you to say that, oh, well, Nintendo, you know, they've been doing the same thing again. No, they haven't. The N64, anybody? The GameCube, anybody? Matter of fact, the original Xbox did better than the GameCube. What are you talking about, bruh? Like, I don't want to hear it, man. That shows you right there that you don't even know what you're talking about.
All right, we're going to make the best Mario possible. We're going to make the best Pokemon possible.
Well, they did that for the Wii U, and guess what? People still didn't buy one. Matter of fact, the same games that people are buying on the Switch are the same games people already bought on the Wii U. Mario Kart 8 selling 80 million on Switch, when I'm like, man, I already played this on the Wii U. A lot of those games that are successful on the Switch happen to be Wii U ports. 3D World, anybody? I thought all you got to do is make good games and the gamers are going to go out there and buy it. Well, I don't think so. That same logic didn't apply to Wii U.
The possible, the best Metroid, and you're going to have to buy our...
Bro, we haven't even seen a Metroid. Bro, we just finally got a trailer, and you out here talking about Metroid, the best Metroid. Bro, Metroid don't even do that well. Metroid don't. Man, you know what, bro? Go ahead.
To play it. And that has worked. They are just continuously churning out the most exclusives of the generation.
Wrong. Luigi, no. Nintendo Switch ain't dropping out exclusives. They were, but Nintendo hasn't dropped out a real exclusive in like 2 to 3 years, bro. You really out here counting ports and remasters, Dreamcast guy? Luigi's Dark Moon 2, Paper Mario 1000. Bro, I'm not those are not exclusives, bro. I can play that on my GameCube. What is you talking about, bro? Nintendo ain't really doing nothing. And the exclusives that they do got coming out, come on, Peach Showtime Party. Really? You people excited for that? Donkey Kong HD returns. Those ain't exclusives. Those games already came out already.
And I think last generation as well, they actually did pretty good even for...
Did you just say that Nintendo did good last generation? Did you just say that? Hold on, rewind.
And that has worked. They are just continuously churning out the most exclusives of the generation. And I think last generation as well, they actually...
Did you... Y'all are like, oh my God. Even Nintendo fans are probably sitting there shaking their head like this, like, what did you just say? You just said that the Wii... Bro, I'm going to rewind it. I can't believe... Nah, there's no way. No way he said
that. And that has worked. They are just continuously churning out the most exclusives of the generation. And I think last generation as well, they actually did pretty good even...
Bro, what? Bro, I have 3 Wii U's, bro. What are you talking about? Nintendo did good last generation? Bro. I don't even know what to say. The Nintendo Wii U did good last generation. Oh, well, he didn't say no names, games to cut it out. Bro. No, we know what he's referring to. The Wii U? The Wii U. Okay.
For how terrible the Wii U was, it is bizarre to me that, honestly, the Nintendo Switch...
And that was the system that came out last generation, the one that you was referring to. So why did you even say that?
Continues to crush it. But the extra part of this is that now we have what seems to be the most accurate reporting.
See, now I'm looking at the sales. Now, if these sales are actually correct, Microsoft is still doing pretty good in regards to the 28.74 million. That's still pretty good. So Sony's outselling the competition 2-1. I thought y'all said it was 3-1, but 2-1. That is still very impressive because now Microsoft can compensate with that for PC and also that Amazon stuff they got going on to get more of a user base as well as mobile. I see what Microsoft's doing. I see what they're doing, and it's going to be very dangerous when they finally realize their vision. But like I said, this is still very good. This is still very good. Xbox One did 40, 50 mil. You people have to understand, just because a console doesn't completely outsell your console doesn't mean the console's bad. Those are some respectable numbers. If you ask me, considering that we haven't really gotten any games from both of these platforms, that's still very impressive because at the end of the day, what really counts is the software that these platforms provide. And Sony's not doing that. So you can sit there and talk about, PlayStation 5 got 60 million consoles, but where's the games though? I would rather take a console that sells twice as less and get the games. Because a lot of these people that upgraded to the PS5, a lot of them are playing just Fortnite and Call of Duty. They're not even picking the PS5 up for its own exclusive games.
Circuit data with VG charts, it seems like the PS5 has now sold just short of 60 million units, whereas the Xbox Series has sold a little bit under 30 million units. So the PS5 has now sold over double the amount of the competition, which is still bizarre. Now, I think...
No, it's not, because the Xbox One, they didn't do very well, and that's why Phil Spencer said that generation was very important to win, because they could have carried that user base. Very similar to what Sony did with the PS. Well, essentially, a lot of Xbox owners upgraded to the PS4. There's, the history. I don't want to get in detail, but you guys are fully aware of that. So I guess they stole some Xbox gamers, 360 owners. They felt like they got disrespected, so they went to the PS4. They built a community there with the existing community from the PS3, and there you go. And the PS4, to a lot of people, was the main console, at least main home console at the time for next generation gaming, considering that it was $100 cheaper without the DRM, even though we found out later. But still, this is what people was thinking at the time. So that's probably why, that system was successful. And then on top of the games that it had and provided, you know what I mean? But the PS4 didn't really do well until 2018. Because look at the sales. Killzone, Shadowfall, Knack. A lot of these games didn't do good. Uncharted 4 did well. Last of Us Remastered did well. A lot of their games did do well for the PS4. But we're not seeing that same success going into the PS5 because a lot of those PS5 owners are casual. They picked up the console for Fortnite. They picked up the console for Call of Duty. These are the games that these PlayStation owners are playing now. And people that pick up a PlayStation for exclusives, you guys are the minority. And also, too, let's not forget, when God of War, when all these games came out, Fortnite was just kind of getting its boots off the ground. Call of Duty was always popular, but think about it. There weren't all these Roblox and all these free-to-plays, Fall Guys. PlayStation really had no competition. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? So these casuals went out there, it's like, hey, what's this? Let me go buy some of the best software for this platform, which meant that those games were successful. But now that we see that these games have finally hit their peak with Fortnite, Apex Legends, and all these other games, nobody's really caring enough to pick up PlayStation exclusives no more. And that's why I'm trying to tell you that this is very dangerous territory for consoles, because consoles, like I said, they sell consoles at a loss and they make the money back off the games and the subscription service. Now they're not making the money off the game. Sony and Microsoft are probably fully aware of this, so they have to come with more appealing ways to target this demographic.
The question that comes down to it is, will PlayStation ever catch up to the Nintendo Switch? I think it will eventually. I think at this point...
It's like you use the Nintendo Switch with the lowest sales to prove an argument, because it completely outsold what you even got here listed.
Everybody that wants a Switch got it. The next edition of it, the Nintendo Switch 2, and it seems like it's coming out next year, I think that's going to be the biggest console launch of all time. But what's extra weird about this is that I do think this is the most units we're ever going to get. I think that PlayStation 5 will eventually pass this.
I don't think so. And if it does, it's going to pass it for all the wrong reasons. I'm going to tell you, all right, this is my theory. The only time the PS5 is going to surpass what you see right there is when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. I can guarantee when that game comes out, yes, the PS5 will be up there. I can guarantee that. When Grand Theft Auto 6 come out, yes. But in regards to any exclusive games, pushing that for Sony, no. There's not going to be one exclusive alive that's going to be able to surpass the hype of Grand Theft Auto 6. And even those diehard fanboys, you guys got to admit that. You know that. That game alone is going to push console sales. Y'all is lucky. They probably told Rockstar, please, Rockstar, don't put this on PC. Please, Rockstar, please. Please, Rockstar San Diego. Please, Rockstar. Please, just make it a console game for now. Please. Please. All right, we was going to put the game on PC. You know, you probably got Microsoft and Sony giving Rockstar an additional check to delay the game on PC. Please, Rockstar, we got to push for sale, please. It's so sad that these companies are so dependent on a third-party company. You know what's crazy? If I was Rockstar, I'd make my own console and call it the Rockstar box. And people are like, yo, how many games it got on the Rockstar box? I don't know. It just got Grand Theft Auto 6. The Rockstar box will beat out the Xbox Series X and the PS5. Yo, these consoles is a joke. You gamers are a joke. I guarantee, and this is why I'm trying to tell you, consoles don't matter. Because if Rockstar says, hey, we're making our own console. What's this? Yeah, we're calling it the Rockstar box. Well, you play all the Rockstar games on it. Oh, okay. So you're not putting this on Xbox and PS5? Nope. PS5 and Xbox Series X will be traded in GameStop immediately. People would trade their Xbox and PS5 for the Rockstar box. Why they do that? We got Gary E. Day. We got Indiana Jones. We got Marvel Wolverine. But it don't matter because all they care about is playing Grand Theft Auto 6. They one game outbeats everything that Microsoft and Sony offers. Embarrassing. And you guys want to still have faith in the concept of a console? Yeah, I don't think so.
At least past 100 million. I mean, I guess they're already at 60 million. God, they're at 60 million in just 4 years. This is 7 years of sales. Yeah, I mean, there is a chance they're going to pass the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6 will be responsible for it. I guarantee it.
Another Sony W, or people saying Sony trying to scrape together a W.
Look at that. Realist comment there. Skinny Flacco. Only ponies care about this at this point, and I kind of get it. Gotta scrape. Yeah, for real. Literally.
Only ponies care about this. At this point, you got to scrape together a W.
Yep.
I'm going to guess this guy is a very big fan of the Xbox. You know.
Oh, so you're going to make assumptions? Bruh, this man has a picture of Japanese characters, bro. Like, I mean, that's another thing, too. You automatically assumed he was an Xbox fanboy because you didn't like what he just said. Bro, he's right. Because there's not a real gamer alive that I know that would be talking about this. Much respect to Skinny Flacco. You tell him he got my condolences.
No hate on that. These kind of memes are pretty funny. Slightly cringe as well of PlayStation just murdering every generation of Xbox. I mean, I think the Xbox 360 really outdid the PlayStation 3 for a long chunk of that generation.
No, it was pretty even. I will say the 360 did better. You know, I mean, because they had the subscriptions. They had more ways to make money. But I think both of those, we was all winning. 360 generation, Wii, 360, and the PS3, man, we was all winning.
But the part of this that I think is still on my mind the most is that people are kind of talking about the fact that gaming is still getting into these bubbles. I've been thinking about the fact that the success of Helldivers is a lot of times because of the social media of it. Like, that game is funny. But
because the game, it just died. It just lost 90% of its population.
I almost feel like the back-to-back viral clips, every streamer playing it, the constant drops.
And those happen to be what Dreamcast guy? The casual gamer. The ones that don't even care enough to play the games that you love.
That is what propelled it to being like one of the biggest PlayStation games of all time. And I've noticed that people are discussing the idea that it is bizarre. I've noticed, because I've been covering the PS5 Pro leaks, the comment section is typically, how do I phrase this politely?
Wow, PlayStation 5, we're getting a new upgradable console. What games are dropping out for this?
negatively mixed. A lot of times it feels like people are hesitant to buy another PlayStation because the PS5 was so scarce for so long.
Oh, but hold on. But I thought you said the PS5 had games, and now we're finding that it was scarce?
A lot of people have just gotten a PS5 for the first time, and now
No, a lot of people got the PS4 for the first time, and that's why none of them upgraded to this PS5 trash.
be talking about a console revision. But my pushback on that is that I think there are people that are still waiting to buy this PS5. They're waiting for that next gen stuff. And as soon as
And you tell us what game they waited for, because I could already I can make a wager, bro. I will bet $1,000. Okay, this is how confident that I am. I can guarantee you when Grand Theft Auto 6 come out, that will push the PS5 hardware sales. I can guarantee it.
To see stuff.
Who want to make that wager, bro? Who want to make that wager?
Like Grand Theft Auto 6 running on a PlayStation 5 Pro at 100 FPS, 4K, or...
Oh my God, y'all are so deluded. Grand Theft Auto's what? Bruh. Red Dead Redemption 2 don't even do that, and that came out on the Xbox One and PS4 generation, and you are expecting 100 frames per second on Grand Theft Auto 6. Let's hear that again.
Gen stuff. And as soon as you start to see stuff like Grand Theft Auto 6 running on a PlayStation 5 Pro at 100 FPS.
100 FPS. Bro, y'all could barely do that for freaking Unreal Engine 4 games. And you
4K or something insane.
How do you, I mean, at this point, if you guys watch his channel, I understand to laugh at it, but you can't be watching his channel for credibility because there's none to be had here.
I think a lot of people are going to jump on board. I think almost everybody that's interested in the PlayStation is either saving up to get one or is, on the fence, waiting for that revision to finally jump in.
No,
to me,
they're waiting for that Grand Theft Auto 6.
Been a good console generation for the most part.
What?
Xbox has not released as many games as I would have liked. Probably not of the quality that I personally would have enjoyed.
So what quality has PlayStation offered you besides Unreal Engine 4 games, PS4 titles that happen to be remastered, and remakes?
Sony's exclusives have been top-notch.
Oh, really?
So is the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch has just been... it has such an active fan base and such active.
So what do you consider exclusive on Nintendo Switch? Because I don't consider Donkey Kong Returns, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, Mario Strikers. These are old games. These are not exclusives. If you can play the game on a prior device, it's not an exclusive. So would you sit there and tell me, and then on top of that, PS5 games are going to PC. So how is that exclusive? If I could play the game elsewhere, it's not an exclusive.
A very good reason. I think it is interesting to think that the PlayStation is still just getting started.
How is it just getting started? This console came out in 2020, and we're waiting for 3 to 4 years, and this console's starting to get started?
Beginning of what will hopefully be
hopefully
very vibrant.
See, I already gave up on that mindset. Bro, this gaming generation don't care about you, man. Either put the gloves up or just enjoy classic gaming like I do. You remind me of a person I used to talk to that is so delusional to the point where you guys put so much faith in these companies, you can't see these companies hurting you. I've already seen it, man. These companies have already backstabbed you during the PS4 and Xbox One, and I can guarantee you're going to see at the end of this generation, because this generation is going to just end just like the PS4 and Xbox One, and the first thing you're going to be saying, where was all the fun? Where was all these games that were promised? Where you're not going to feel fulfilled, and I can guarantee that. Watch.
Fully varied console generation. But what do you guys think about this?
You know what I mean? Like, that's why at this point, man, I'm a third-party guy, man. These consoles are third-party boxes to me. Because when it comes... But I will say Microsoft do got some of the Gears E days. They got some of those games and stuff. So I am kind of interested in those, But PlayStation has absolutely nothing to me. Even the Nintendo Switch, I do have the Paper Mario Thousand Year Doors. I bought them on the buy two get one free. Nintendo's not getting my money. So, like I said, I got access to these games. But my only problem is the fact that you can't call Paper Mario Thousand Year Door an exclusive when the game came out on the previous device. You feel me? It's like what they did with the Wii U with Tropical Freeze, 3D World, Mario Kart 8. Just because you didn't get the opportunity to play them, that doesn't mean I didn't. So these are not exclusives to me. So as much as you people want to keep claiming, well, it's an exclusive. Well, if the game is, I don't care if it's on a Nintendo device or anything. If the game is on another platform, it is not an exclusive. I don't care what type of excuses you people want to make. It is not a exclusive. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. And like I said, take care.